This is WPTV, William Patterson Television.
Welcome back to the desk. We are keeping things local, staying with the two New York boroughs in the MLB. Here to discuss the latest with the New York Yankees and the New York Mets is Andy Gavin, Kyle Mappa, Cole Jarvis, and Aria Capria. Devin Williams has had a terrible start to his year. Kyle, what should the Yankees do in the bullpen to have him become reliable again?
Yeah, he needs to control the at-bat a little better. His command has not been there. He's been letting the batters, take advantage of him and get ahead of the count. So he just needs to go back into that mentality and be in that closer role and command the accounts. Start with a first pitch strike and, just get ahead of the count.
Cool, what do you got?
Yeah, he needs to be put in a no or a low pressure situation. He's obviously had some rocky starts to start the season, and it hasn't been good. He's almost lost. His ERA is through the roof. They need to put him in a position where if he fails, it's not going to hurt the team, and if he succeeds, it's not going to, affect the team either. So like 10-3 games, games where the margin is wide on either side of the pendulum, that's what he's got to be playing in.
Andy?
Yeah, Devin Williams has like an 11 ERA right now. He needs to be the setup man. He has to come back, little low pressure situations where there still is pressure, refine his mechanics. His changeup was once elite with a plus 15 run value, is now down to a -1 value in 2025. His changeup is not there. His slider's not there. Get it back, go to Matt Blake's pitching lab, and he'll be fine.
Oh, yeah, finish off with this question.
He just needs to completely change his approach. His performance has definitely been disappointing, to say the least. It seems like he can't get his feet under him. He just needs to improve in every area. His fastball, it would really help him out if he improved on that. And just his technique overall, everything needs some tightening up. But I think that he has the potential to do that. And if we get that done, we'll be seeing some good things.
Ben Rice has had a hot start to his year. And the question is, what should the Yankees do when DJ Lemahieu and Giancarlo Stanton come back? Oh, yeah, I'll go to you now. What should the Yankees' plan be here?
I mean, as a Yankee fan myself, I'm hoping that we just ease back into it because I'm really liking what we're seeing now. Ben Rice, he's really been showing out. He's a pretty young kid. He has a lot of potential with the Yankees to kind of continue with them there. I love Stanton so much, but I'm really hoping that we keep Rice on the lineup because that would be really great. And LeMahieu, I don't know. I don't know if his return would be really stellar. He's really been on the injury list he's been on and off, so I'm not counting on him all that much.
Cool.
Who gives the Yankees the best chance to win? When everybody's healthy and you see all the numbers out there, that's the question Aaron Boone's going to have to be asking himself. Who gives the Yankees the best chance to win now and for the future when they make a playoff run? Obviously we see what Giancarlo Stanton can do in the playoffs. We've seen DJ kind of fall off the ball a little bit. And then we're seeing newer guys like Jason Dominguez come in and take spots, as well as other players that the Yankees have picked up. So it's a puzzle that they're going to have to figure out, and we're going to see a lot of different lineups throughout this season. But we'll see what they end up doing. I think they're just going to have to, go with their gut.
Kyle, what should the Yankees' plan be?
They just have to play the hot hand at this point. Ben Rice has been hot, as we were saying. He's been a great bat. He's been a great hitter in front of Aaron Judge. And when Stan comes back, they're just going to have to play little matchups, lefties versus righties. In my opinion, DJ Lemahieu has no factor in Ben Rice situation, Stan's situation, so because they're both DH spots. So, you just got to play the matchups, like Aria said, like ease in Stan a little bit because he's coming off an injury. And, just keep playing Ben Rice. Play the young kid.
Andy, what should the Yankees' plan be?
Designate DJ LeMahieu for assignment. Yes, it's going to be a financial hit. It's tough, but winning now is that priority, right? You have to justify bringing Stan back in the lineup with his power. And Ben Rice has had really good at-bats. He has a really good average as of late. Yes, he's not that good with lefties, but he's great in the field. He has a great bat. And DJ, we don't know how he's going to be. We don't know how he's going to hit. He is on the older side. It's time to let him go. Cut your losses. It is what it is.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Well said from the Yankee fan himself. The New York Mets are in first place in the National League East. Cole, I'll go to you. What do the Mets need to do to win the division?
They need to wake up Juan Soto. You have Pete Alonso hitting behind him. He's having an MVP-type season thus far. Francisco Lindor in front of him. He's having a great season as well. All I'm saying is the Mets paid $800 million for Juan Soto. He's batting .261 with 7 home runs, 17 RBIs, and an .863 OPS. That's not worth the price tag. So he needs to get going in order for this lineup to be consistent and keep up the pace.
Mop?
They just need to remain their pitchers to be consistent. You know, they paid all that money for Soto, so they're going to expect their offense to be dominant. And we've seen that. They've been really good. They're in first place, and Soto hasn't been Juan Soto himself. So, you know, their pitchers need to stay consistent. Clay Holmes has done a great job being that ace for them. And, you know, their bullpen just needs to not do anything silly and just stay consistent, just get the wins when you have the wins, and, you know, that's all.
Oh, yeah?
They need a strong lineup. I mean, us Yankee fans here, we've seen it with the Yankees in the fall. You rely on those big hitters. I know Cole said we need to wake up Juan Soto. But whether he's awake or not, you need your lineup to be strong. And if it's not there, it's not there. And that was what costed it for the Yankees back in the fall. And so that's really what they need to do.
Andy, round us out here.
Yeah, the Mets need to get depth from their starting pitchers. You cannot rely on your bullpen this early on in the season. You're going to burn them out. And I hate to say we've seen that with the Yankees. We've seen that with other teams. David Peterson and Jose Quintana, they need to go deeper. Clay Holmes has been good. Other pitchers have been good. But you cannot go to your bullpen in the 5th, 6th inning. You need to get depth.
Yeah, glad you said that because that's what we're going into now. The Mets do not have the greatest rotation in baseball. Andy, should the Yankees, or should the Mets rather, get another arm at the deadline?
I think Dylan Cease. He has been great so far this year. He was good last year, and the Padres went out and made that trade. But right now, you're going to have to pay him something. You're going to have to figure that out. And the Mets farm system can handle that type of trade. It would help the Mets out. That pushes their all-in bid for the World Series. And, you know, it's win now. It's win now. You have Steve Cohen's money behind you. You do what you have to do, and Dylan Cease is the answer.
Oh, yeah?
I'm going to go with Framber Valdez. I mean, he's solid. He has a good pitch mix with his sinker and his curveball. He's a controlled player, which I think is really essential in a pitcher. You see a lot of times the guys get nervous. They can't perform. They're not up to the task. And he's also had really good progression over his whole career, and that's also another really good quality in a player.
Cole?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Sandy Alcantara. He's a Cy Younger a couple years back, had a pretty bad injury. He needs to be moved off of that Miami team. It's in the basement. They got nothing going on. The Mets have good pieces in their farm system that they can utilize to center a trade against Sandy Alcantara. He's having a bumpy start to the season. He's 2-4. He's got an 8-something ERA. He hasn't really found it down there in Miami right now. If he can move locations, go to a potential playoff team, he might find some new inspiration.
Kyle, finish us off here.
Yeah, I'm going to stay in the division with this one. Mackenzie Gore, it's a little bit of a stretch since he is super young, and the Nationals are an up-and-coming young team. And but if the Mets can pull off some crazy deal to get this star-studded lefty who's had multiple double-digit strikeout performances, I think it'd be essential for the Mets to pull this off, and it could be a good piece for them. But it's a little bit of a stretch, but I think they could somehow do it.
That will conclude our coverage of Major League Baseball this year. Let's move to the hardwood to discuss the NBA playoffs with Rico Alcazar and his crew next here on WPTV.